The overall impression of the program is it's good. I like the fact that we had access to you, and that, that's important to us, to feel like it wasn't just somebody who made some money off of us and then they ran away. I feel like we've got a relationship now even going forward. Bottom line is, I think if you want to increase your sales and marketing, but you don't want to go hire that high-priced guy, then get yourself a coach, because you need it. Whether you like it or not, if you want to make money, you need marketing. And that's all there is to it. This fits that niche for a small business, because I don't have to go hire that guy. I can know enough to be that guy, and in essence, I don't have to be that guy, because I know enough now to know what I don't know, so now I know when to go ask the questions. And that becomes very important. Before that, you felt like, well, I'm just doing something wrong. Well, maybe you're not. You're not necessarily doing anything wrong. You just need a coach. And that's the beauty of this coaching system, I think. And in fact, I've got several friends who have their own businesses, and we've had this discussion before. The marketing always comes up. And because most of the people I know are more technical oriented, who started a business. So most of those type of people think that they can do anything. And as we talk about the marketing, they're always intrigued at this idea of having a marketing coach, because they feel like they've got the capabilities, but they just don't have the time to get the education. Where when you have a coach, it's now you do kind of have those abilities. Initially, the lifetime value of a customer, the lifetime profit value, we saw very distinctly that there were 4 of our customers who were the majority of our business, but not just the majority of our business right now. We were able to look back at how much money those customers have spent with us over the last 10 years. And it was amazing how much that influenced our company. So by looking at that, we started to strategize and say, well, we need more of those type A customers. Here's the list of type Bs, here's the list of Cs. And so now we actually have a report that shows us where all these customers are at, and then we have initiatives put in place to try to raise them another level. But that was probably the biggest revelation. We actually went out and hired we actually hired a guy who we really liked as a salesperson, but we could never afford him. But I mentioned this idea of him being our coach for sales. So every week he talks to our salespeople. And it was a revelation to us, speaking of revelations, to have a coach. We don't have to hire a guy full time. He can be our coach, and he can help coach us. And I think that there's so much value, though, there. The view of it before to me was marketing was a high-priced guy that had a big target on his back that when times got bad, has easy money to save. That was easy. But I always felt like marketing was important. It's just that I didn't feel like I could afford it. Because we do feel like we have some knowledge that we didn't have before. Mm-hmm. I don't have to go down the hall and talk to somebody and say, hey, you're the marketing guy. What do you think about this? And the funny thing about marketing guys is you'll hire one to do something, and the next one will come in and tell you how dumb the first one was. And we've actually hired like 3 or 4, and everyone comes in and tells you how dumb the guy before was. And after a while, I'm like, then this isn't right. There's just something wrong about this. I don't need any of you guys then. Because really, most of the ideas that they start to implement were my ideas anyway. They weren't their ideas. Before, it's all cloudy. It's nebulous. What are these guys all about? But now, our big focus is we're committed. We're committed to making this thing happen. And the only way that you can ever make good things happen is to sacrifice and be committed to something. Boldness has genius, magic, and power in it. And when you're bold, and you do make those bold moves, but you're making them based on sound principles, then you're committed. And I think that's where we're at right now as a company. Like I say, we've hired a brand new sales guy, a guy that I probably wouldn't have thought of hiring before, but brings from a competitor, brings a whole bunch to us. Hired another sales coach, refocused people internally because of what we learned through this program. Now,